Good evening. Welcome to another episode / edition / installment of Free Thinkers. I am one of the hosts, Q. We got Nikki that'll probably be somewhere around here soon. We got Denise. Sounds like she's in the back of an Uber somewhere, but who knows? But I think we got a really good show for you today. For those of you who have not been on Free Thinkers before, we are a discussion group where we talk about not a wide variety of things. We talk about everything. And our goal is to have discussions about any and everything. Those things that you say we shouldn't talk about, that's exactly what we talk about. And this is going to be no different. And matter of fact, I think this might be it amazes me from time to time and how often, as long as we've been doing discussion groups for now, me personally, golly, I want to guess about 16 years now. So it surprises me when we come across things that I don't think we've ever spoken about before, or a subject that we haven't come up with. And thanks to Denise, then we do have, I don't think we've talked about this subject before. So we're going to dive into it and see how it goes. So if you want to be a part of the conversation, make sure that you follow the link. You can find it on Facebook for those that are watching on YouTube. And if you are on Facebook, God willing, we know we're being banned, and we're gonna fix that as well. Just make sure you go to the YouTube page as well, because you want to be able to follow us on all platforms. If you follow us from YouTube, which some people do, make sure you join the Facebook group, because there's lots of conversation that goes on throughout the week. And if you follow us through Facebook, make sure you get on the YouTube page as well, because that's very important. Facebook is doing a lot of different things that will make it hard for us to spread these discussions, but we're working on it, like I said. If you want to get in, make sure that you remember this is adult content, adult language. Always make sure you got something in your ear so the sound doesn't bleed. Get somewhere in a nice, quiet, secluded area where you can have a conversation. Be prepared to come with your thoughts, your ideas. Be ready to speak freely. Be a free thinker, and be prepared to have those ideas and thoughts challenged as well. Again, you're still in a safe space. We argue points. We don't argue people. Okay. So it'll be a good conversation. And with that, Denise, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really, really good. I've had a pretty loaded week or so, but I've been having a lot of fun. I saw Deez. Deez is down here performing and stuff. So I saw
Who?
him at
You said who?
Deez, Jonathan Deez.
D's?
Deez on keys.
Spell
Austin,
it. Nuh-uh.
Deas. You don't know
Oh,
Deez?
no. See, I
Oh.
thought you were about to play a joke on me.
No, 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 no,
Like
no, no.
these nuts.
No, no,
Like,
no,
oh,
no,
you
no.
want to try to get me.
No, 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 no. No, no,
Like
no.
these are down here. These who? These
No,
nuts.
no, no, no. Jesus is based out of Austin, and he plays keys, and they were out here
Oh,
playing and stuff.
Johnny.
Yeah,
Johnny.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
These
yeah.
on keys. These on
He's
keys.
on keys. So
Okay.
they were down here, and I got to see them perform, and that was really, really fun.
That's what's up.
How you post that?
Yeah, one of my other friends is a death match wrestler, so I got to see him wrestle that same like the day before. So I've had like a loaded week. I'm great.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's jump right into it. Today, Denise gonna be spearheading this for saying I got me. I keep a
I know you got something to
side
talk.
pocket
I
of
know you got
questions as
something.
well. I always keep them on reserve. So
I
one of
know
my
Nikki does
things,
too.
one thing that I do, and this is just for those who are in the podcast space. This is one of my rules. Feel free to take this with you. Always make sure that you have enough material that you could run a show by yourself. So if this is a 90-minute show, I always make sure I have enough material set aside to where if If 50 people show up, if nobody show up except for myself, I have enough material to run the show by itself without the reliance of other people. So that's something that anybody who's podcasting, you always want to make sure that you do that. Make sure you have enough questions, enough subject matter, enough topics to where if you have to, you could run a show by yourself. That's a good practice and an exercise to have. So I always keep them. I got them. And most of the time, out of all the questions that I write, I usually don't even get to half of them. And because I still allow the conversation to dictate where it goes. And let me throw another thing in for you podcasters and moderators. You really get good when you allow the conversation to be organic and you let the conversation go where the conversation decides to go. So again, a reason why I may have 25 questions on deck and I may only get to 5 of them, because the conversation never dictated for me to go in the direction of those other questions that I have. I just have them on deck. I see some people, a big mistake that I see some moderators do. They have questions written up and they feel that they have to get through all of the questions. And even when there's a good conversation going on that's in a certain lane or avenue, they will veer off of that avenue in order to get back to other questions that they feel that they wanted to get into. Don't do that. You disrupt the flow of the conversation when you do that. Just let it flow where it flows. And then sometimes the conversation will run you into certain questions that you have. Ask them then. Make sure the flow of the conversation is more important than you getting all of your questions off. That's some moderator podcast information tips that I give y'all. I have a whole itinerary lined up. Y'all have no idea. Y'all think I'm just going off the cuff, but I have structure to what I do. Just to let y'all know. But,
anyway. I have structure. I do not. That's why it works so wonderfully well. And I depend on you for that. So don't let me down, because I'm not going to let you down.
That's funny.
I think I'm gonna do a class one day. I'm gonna do a class on just how to moderating. I'm gonna do a class on moderating because I have a structure in how I do things, and it seems like I'm doing it off the cuff, but I'm very precise in what I'm doing. But Denise, let's jump into the conversation. What are we talking about tonight?
Okay, y'all. So today, the topic is going to be, what is your price? Now, I can't remember what I was thinking when I sent the text a couple of weeks ago. But
Denise been on one. She's been coming up with all kind of topics. Denise and Nikki, we actually got good material for the next couple months with all these ideas. So it's great.
She's dropping songs and videos. She writing friends. She's right. She's been in the studio, so her mind is going, and I'm here for it. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Yes, my brain is super open right now. And so I have no idea what made me think about this, but there is that like famous quote, everybody has a price, right?
Right.
And so, when I started thinking about price, initially I was thinking about quite literally like how much a person could pay you to do X, Y, or Z. But then sometimes it's not just the price of something isn't just monetarily. Sometimes it's like family, livelihood, reputation, etc. You know what I mean? There's like so many things that cost something. And so we're gonna get into that. But what you thinking? What you thinking, Q? You said a couple of oohs.
You took it in. You took it. I was thinking more like, what's the So you took it in another direction, like in another lane that I wasn't even thinking about for that. But I like it. Okay. So we got plenty of time. Go ahead. I'm following your lead.
And so, with that being said, my partner sent me this tweet, and this tweet is from this billionaire. His name is Bill Ackman. And he is in the finance industry, and he has had billions of dollars for quite some time. And the tweet said, incentives drive all human behavior.
I saw that today. I fucking saw that. As soon as you said this topic, I saw that. I was like, it made me think.
It's got me thinking. So I know, Q, I know you hate doing what's in vogue. However, I do have to ask, like, what's like popular right now? But I
Oh, okay.
do
Yeah.
have to ask
Let's
this
go.
question.
Sure.
Okay, for those who are not aware, I don't know all the details. I can't explain it. All I know is what the Senate got together, they planned to vote. The Democrats didn't have the votes they needed, so they're trying to stall. So, with trying to stall, they leave so they can't start the vote. That's my understanding of kind of
Right.
what
Right.
happened. And so then they put a
And this is
warrant
in
out.
Texas. This is in the
This is in Texas, deep in the heart
Texas
of
Congress.
Texas.
Right. Go ahead.
Um, and so Texas, so apparently it was like, I don't know if that's considered breaking the law, but it must be because a warrant was put out for some arrest. So all those people who were protesting came back, I guess, to avoid being arrested. They come back together, and I guess the next session is until later. But if they want to leave, they have to be assigned an escort. And one person did not want to sign this agreement because they didn't want to become an escort. So my question is, in a case where you are trying to protest, how far are you willing to go for your protest? Are you, in this case, there's a few different things. Are you willing to get arrested? Because that was the first breakdown in, I feel like, the initial cost was coming back after deciding not to go. Are you willing to get arrested for your cause? Are you willing to sit in a room for days, maybe a little over a week for your cause? Where do you draw the line? Are you willing to die for your cause? Where do you draw the line in your protest?
Um, my line is drawn. It depends on the urgency of a situation.
Mm,
I'm willing to die for my family, my loved ones, people, if there's an immediate threat of harm or danger. If we trying to pass some laws with a whole bunch of crooked people who gonna change the law back in 2 years anyway and go through the flip flop, that's not what I'm into.
yeah.
And that's not what I'm willing to. I'm not willing to go through any of that for of those trying to make long-term change, because I don't believe that long-term change is doable. Not from that aspect. Long-term change in as crooked as politics are, a very large portion of things that happen, that pass, that's pushed, is through the wishes of people. You have big business controlling a very large portion of it, but then you have another large percentage of the mindset of people who also feel that way. Otherwise, they wouldn't push it and get the okay with minimal pushback. You wouldn't have a majority of Republicans in the Senate if there was not a larger portion of people who thought the way that those Republicans think. So for me to give myself temporary, whether it's jail or dying or being ostracized or those things, then number one, I don't feel that that's my calling. I'll say that.
Right.
My calling is to bring awareness and to bring forth the discussion. For those people who are called to do that, I commend them and I respect them greatly. But I know what my lanes are. And for me, those are not my lanes. I don't even carry the passion to push, because you gotta have a different type of long-term tenacity to do that. You can't just jump on when everything is hot and the media cameras are on you. What about when the cameras get off you and you don't have the bandwagon of the average everyday listener? Are you still gonna be able to push for that? For me, no, that's not me. And I know that about myself. So that's kind of where my line is. Nikki, what about you?
So ironically, this same question had to be asked about an hour ago to myself, right? I had to ask myself this question. And ironically, I don't participate in, activism in the form of protesting or, showing up sometimes in certain spaces, right? Because there's to Q's point, there's going to be things that are going to just not change, right? So behaving emotionally is just that, behaving emotionally, right? And how many different things can happen in a place where we're behaving emotionally and behaving emotionally amongst other emotionally behaving people. And then also sometimes in situations where there are infiltrators who are placed in these spaces to also set fires, metaphorically, right? And maybe sometimes literally as well. So am I fucking trying to, stay afloat using a net, right? Or am I, trying to figure out another way? So I had to ask myself that question earlier today because I had full intention of going down to the Capitol today and doing what I'm not sure, but felt very compelled. Strangely, very compelled. And I don't know why. This bothers me the way that it does. But the fact that it bothers me the way that it does told me I needed to go down there and just see what was happening. And at least, if anything, be a live human, a person, to hopefully create a space where they don't do anything to her, right? She's safe where she's at. They're just being horrible, horrible people to her. But they'll let her out at midnight. They'll let her out tomorrow, whatever, right? But then at like 7:20, 7 o'clock maybe, 6:30 maybe, I don't know. Smack sends me a text message and he's like, there's a reporting of a live shooter at the Capitol. And I was like, oh man. Well, there's that. There's that. There's that. So I'm not willing to, put myself on the line, right? For that particular situation today, right? Because there's something, there's got to be other more effective ways to convey how wrong what's happening is, and that it's no big fucking deal. This is a really big fucking deal. And I don't think that enough people are really in tune with how bad this is. I don't care about voting. I don't care about legislative districts. I don't care about the Capitol. I don't care about legislation. I don't care about any of that fucking stuff. But there's a woman down there who's being held against her will by the powers that be. And I had to decide to stay home because I wasn't willing to go down there with a bunch of fucking potential weirdos who are wanting to hurt other people. And with everybody now kicked out of the Capitol and sitting out in front of the Capitol on Capitol grounds, now you're just a fucking field of people to be picked off. And I applaud the people that are there. I applaud the people that stayed. I applaud the people that are going. But I had to be at home. My price that is my price tag. I got to be at home. I got to be here with these kids, right? I got to be able to affect whatever is happening down there. I need to be able to find a way to, educate my kids, right, on what this is. Once they heard that there was an active shooter, what the fuck am I going to look like going down there with them knowing that I know that they know that we all know? So I had to ask myself that question an hour and a half ago. And I was like, well, I'll be damned, this is our topic. Because for me, my price was everything in me wants to go try to be of service in a place that needs people to be of service. But the fear of, crazy people in highly emotional spaces, it's that's a hell of a fucking price tag. So people say, well, why didn't more people stay? Or why didn't, other people do this? Or how come she this and how come she that? It's literally the same thing as asking a victim why they wore what they had on. Or why, victim shaming somebody. She's literally just trying to fucking stand up to some bullshit, right? Like, just, that's it. Just trying to stand up to some bullshit. That's what everybody says that they want people to do, to stand up to some bullshit. And this is what happens. So the price tag was a very emotional price tag earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to do that. And I really
no, do not apologize, Nikki.
Because I didn't want to do that. I did it, and I was like, fuck, am I going to be able to pull off this conversation? Because I knew today, following her shit fucked me up today. That really, really bothered me today, that she is down there and she cannot leave. She can't leave. And there's no law that really actually says they have the right to fucking hold her. But if she leaves, like, they can inflict violence upon her. What?
Yeah.
I'd like to ask what her price tag is.
Yeah. I think it's important to have the conversation because it's important to know that people are having to weigh different things to make different decisions. And so it's good for us to respect everybody's decision, whatever that may be. And there's more than one way to get something done.
True.
And so that's the beautiful thing about life and choices. There's always some other way to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So thanks for sharing and being open, Nikki.
You're welcome.
So, Q, is there anything you wanted to add to that?
When there's a lot of things that I would do or that I would do when I was single that I just won't do when I have a family and children that I'm responsible for. Your priorities shift.
Right.
And I don't apologize for it. I do what I can and what I feel comfortable for, but my allegiance is to my family first, to my and in most cases it would be to my wife, but even in cases like that, it goes to my children first. I have a responsibility for my children to see me on this earth as long as I can possibly be here.
Mm-hmm.
My wife as an adult, whatever happened to me, she'll be able to take care of herself. She understands the process of life. But my children, I have a responsibility to them first. And outside of that, then my family second. But I don't give a damn what nobody thinks. It don't matter to me. That's my world right there. So, hey, feel how you want to. And everybody has their lane that they got to walk in. And listen, it's very important to know what your lane is.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what your lane is, then you'll jump on the bandwagon of things that may be good, but maybe not good for you.
And you find out
not good for your situation. So it's weird. So this is a conversation that we can probably have for another day. And there's a statement that I wholeheartedly believe in, but I don't believe it's completely accurate. I don't know if that makes sense. But when people say there's never a wrong time to do the right thing. I got questions. I think that there can be a wrong time to do the right thing. And it's not that doing the right thing is wrong, but timing is very much in the eyes and the arms and the feet of the beholder. So doing the right thing, but for me, doing the right thing at the wrong time can still be doing the wrong thing. That's a deep conversation. That's something that we might get into at another time.
Yeah, because then you have to define wrong thing. Like to who, right? Like wrong how? Wrong because
Right.
or wrong, like, is it causing
That's
harm
what I'm
wrong?
saying. That's what I'm saying. Some things is the right thing to do, but you can do the right thing, but if you do it in the wrong timing, and we can go down a long list of things on that. That's a conversation that we'll write that down. That's a conversation we can
Let
have
me
for
get my
another day.
wait a minute, I got my book.
Yeah. No, that's really good. Okay, so speaking of loyalty to family, I got a question for y'all.
Let's go.
Family.
So, someone offers you 500K, and they're like, you have to leave your family for a year, and you cannot tell them why you left.
Oh, that's
You
the
have
kicker in there.
to leave for a year. You can talk to them, you can whatever, but it's like you have to divorce your wife, you have to leave from your children for a year for 500K, and then after a year, you get the money, you get back with your family.
So let me say this: I can say, hey, I'm about to leave. I can't tell you why, but I gotta go. Are you saying I can say that?
No, you gotta you have to divorce your wife. Like you have to break up.
Okay, but
like,
but I'm verbalizing. I'm going to get a divorce. I'm going to leave you. I'm going to be away for a year. I can't tell you why, but
yeah, you can say that.
Oh yeah, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm out of there. I'm out of there.
You don't get to see, and you don't get to see anybody.
Do I get to talk to him periodically?
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna say no. You don't get to talk to them. You have to leave for a year. You get to talk to no one, but you get to tell them. But you have to leave for a year.
If I don't get to talk to them, then that'll probably be a no for me.
Nikki?
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way.
Okay, I'm gonna up the ante.
No way. And
I'm gonna up the ante. I'm gonna up the ante.
You're not about to up it enough. You saying what's the price? You said how much?
$1 million. Up in the ante.
No, from 500,000 to $1 million. No, listen. I can tell you the price right now. You ain't even got to keep going there.
You have a price. Tell me what your price is.
It will probably start at about $3 million.
$3 million tax free.
That's about the price where I'll be like, I get to say bye though, at least though. Like, hey, I gotta go. I can't tell you why.
I'm just gonna add some more stuff to the scenario, but go.
Well, yeah, that's you said what's the price? $3 million will be my price.
Right, Nikki?
So we get to tell them why?
No.
You can't tell them why.
You can tell them to buy and you can tell them that you're leaving. But you don't get to tell them why.
I would die. I would die knowing that I left them and they every day for 365 days had to wonder what the fuck happened. What happened? I could never fucking do that. I don't think there is a price. That there isn't a price. I mean, I like to say, oh well, $5 million per kid should get them some therapy for the rest of their life once they realize what I did. It would fuck me up for an entire year. They're wondering what the fuck happened to mom. Like, what happened to her? What happened to her? How did they not internalize that to be their fault ever? Like, fuck no. It would do so much emotional damage. I could never be okay with that, unless we just ironically had a conversation one day. Like, if they were financially stable, I'm trying to think of all the scenarios in which I could pull this shit off, and I'm just like, no fucking way, no way.
So this reminds me of a question that we had on 21 Questions. I don't know who I asked this to.
Okay.
But it was one of the questions was if you could operate like in a portal and be anywhere you want to, but every time you use that portal to instantly transfer you somewhere, then it took away like an hour of your life. Would you do it?
I remember seeing that.
Right. So then you go back to justifications like, oh, well, you're taking away from your life, but how much time are you gaining? How much time are you gaining by being able? So if I'm able to go home instantly and visit my parents, number one, the quality of that time. Number two, how long would it take me to drive there anyway? If I'm losing a certain amount of time off of the end of my life, but I'm gaining so much more meaningful time during that process because I don't have to commute an hour to work. I'm just there. I don't have to spend 2 or 3 months trying to plan a trip just to go home and visit my parents. I'm just there. How much more quality time am I gaining when I'm missing so I use that example to say, if I'm gone for a year, but I come back with $3 million, how much time will I be able to? Because what I say this all the time. I've been saying this for years. Money don't mean a lot to me. How money means a lot to me. Money is an equivalent of time. I look at money as time. The more money I have is the more time that I grant myself to spend with my loved ones. That's the only reason I look at money. I want to be rich because it gives me more time to spend with my. So that's why I don't have a desire to do anything. Being rich at the cost of working 100 hours a week is not interesting to me because I don't gain any time from that. Yeah. All I do, I'm gaining money, but I'm losing time. Now, right. So I said all that to say, if I was gone for that year, but I came back and my house is paid off and we could start the business that we want. And I've opened myself up to spend 5 times as much quality time as I normally would have been had I not. Then that's the trade-off. That's what I'm looking at as the trade-off instead of saying I'm missing a year. Yeah, I am missing a year and it's gonna hurt. That will be the hardest thing in my life. But I'm on the back end, I'm thinking about how much more time I gain because I have a different financial freedom from it. That's my argument and how I balance it.
I'm gonna ask Audrey the same question, and then I'm gonna add some caveats to this question.
Well, then I need you to answer. I need you to answer a little bit too, Denise. Jump in on it too. Yes.
Well, for me, okay, this is the only thing stopping me because I'm already away from my family anyway, and I can like not see them. I can talk to them, but sometimes I can go years without seeing certain family members. So that I couldn't do. Not talking to them, I couldn't do. The issue that would stop me from doing this year thing is if somebody passed in that year that I don't think I could. That ain't something I can live with. I don't think I can. I don't think I can live with that. I just don't think I can. So that would be the thing that would have me like, that's
you know
how you can't get back.
There's situations in my life right now where when you reminded me, I might not be able to, there might not be any amount of money where I'll be able to do that right now. Because of certain areas of my life, time is of the essence, and I might not have a year. So it probably wouldn't be, just if I'm in general, that would be my answer. But specifically to where I'm at right now, I probably couldn't. For no amount of money, I probably wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah, I agree.
What's the question?
The question is, you have to leave your husband, divorce your husband, leave your kids for a year. You get to tell them that you're leaving. You do not get to tell them why. And once you leave, there is zero contact for $500,000.
No.
We're going to up the ante, $1 million.
Okay. Nah.
Is there a cost? Is there a price that you would say, you know what? For this, I could do that.
10.
10 bands. 10 million. Tax free.
10. There is a cost.
Important to mention.
Okay, Ivory. Oh, Q. Also, okay. You come back. Your significant other is like, I'm good on you, love. I'm good.
Never. You'll never be good on me. I'm gonna stop you.
Would you still be willing to take that risk? They've
So
moved
wait.
on.
No. Listen, but I'm coming back, fully in love with you and rich.
But you can't say that part. You cannot say that part.
Wait, no, I'm
You
saying
can't say
after
you
the
coming
year,
back.
once I come back.
You can't say
Once
you
I'm
coming back.
No,
back.
you can say you're coming back, but you can't say I'm coming back loaded.
No.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying once no. Once I am back. Not saying no. I don't say nothing when I leave, right? And then I think within a year it will be hard to like completely move on. You might try, but
She done left. I got these kids. They need a
I
stepmama.
feel her. I feel her, and she could feel that place for a second until I get back with these racks on racks on racks, and then she can go on about her way.
What if she has
Oh,
a kid
this
now?
listen. This is my
See, I
my
would keep
last
building on
words
this
before I
scenario.
leave.
Oh,
This is my last words before I leave. Is trust me. That's my last words. Listen, I'm gonna look you dead in your eye. Trust me,
right.
and I think we'll be all right.
Homegirl and baby is good. You know, homegirl and baby, we gonna hold it down for
I
now.
can't say no more, but trust me.
Yeah.
And I think we'll be all right.
See, honestly, Q, if my husband said something like that to me, and obviously this was my husband, so I clearly have to trust the shit out of him, right? Like, if he literally said that, I would be like, all right, that's what I'm going to do. We're
But
going
the
to
key
wait.
is you got to be in a good space before all this happens. If you're in a bad space and they like trust me, they're like, no, I don't trust you.
Right. Let's have a good relationship.
If you're in a good space and you've been trustworthy up to that point, then you can look at them and be like, trust me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it'll be rough for both of us, but we'll come out better on the other end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's an expensive leave, and 500, no.
Nah.
No,
That ain't enough. That's nowhere near that. Ain't even shit.
Not even a meal.
No.
Yeah, I started at 3.
Minimum
You went
10.
to 10. Yeah,
Minimum
you started
10.
at 10.
That's at least 5 per kid. That's 15.
Okay. What are you thinking, Q? What are you thinking?
I can start at 3. It's gonna be a conversation at 3 for me. At 3 we're gonna have a conversation at 3.
You know, because when you start thinking about all the ways that your family's life will change if you just go away for a year,
literally.
How fast does the years go? We know we like, oh my God, it's August already.
It's August.
Like, it's gonna be long because we'll miss, but in actual terms, it won't be. It will be, and it won't be at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But the not talking to them piece, I think we underestimate not talking to the people you love for a year.
If I was talking to them, that'd be easy. Oh, that'd be easy.
That'd be nothing. What? Hey, look, guys.
I do 1.5. I do that. You know, if they had a car, I drop down to 1.5 if I could talk to them.
500 if we could talk.
Right. We can flip that 500.
Ooh, that's a little. That's a little. Do we get the FaceTime too? We throwing in a budget. When you got babies, that make a difference too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about FaceTime. And if I could FaceTime the kids and stuff, I could do 5.
Because them not being able to see you for a year, I might not even take 5 on that.
Oh, yeah, I'll take the 5. Then they don't know who you are. Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
Okay, I got another question. We're gonna switch it over to like a work scenario. Okay, you're at work and you're working really hard. There's a promotion coming up. It's only out of you and one other person. You're the one that's kind of favored, like in this scenario. So you go out with some of the executives. These are the people who would be making the decision on whether you would or would not be getting this promotion. Y'all are out doing the whole happy hour thing. It runs late. Somebody pulls out the little bag of Coke. Everybody proceeds to do a line. They look over to you. You do what?
Not a
I'm
motherfucker.
good. I'm good.
I'm good.
Y'all
I don't
know.
peer pressure don't do that for me. Now I don't succumb to peer pressure like
On the
that.
head, pass it to the next. You give it to them. This her turn, not mine.
Yeah. No, you got you got it. That's all on you. You got
Ivory.
it.
No. Now I think it's a way to play it though.
Yeah, how
You
you
don't
playing the situation?
I
you
have
don't
some
want
at
to.
home. I'm already.
He had some today.
I've already had enough.
Yeah, well, that's one way, or you
Hey,
could do it like the
for a
oh my
woman, you could be
god,
like, oh, I'm late, so I might be pregnant, so I'll pass on
no,
that.
you're not gonna get the promotion.
Oh,
So
This why I don't fucking work for other people. This why
oh, that's
no,
true.
I'm
That's
not
true.
seeing
you
no
could do like a oh my god, I've never tried anything. It's I couldn't do it right now. I just couldn't do it right now. But maybe I don't know, but not tonight. You could do a little shy.
No, because then they're gonna keep asking me, oh, come
No,
on,
I'm
and I'll
never
be
going
like,
out with
look,
y'all again after I get this job.
I'll be like, I told y'all no already. I don't like people
I'm
asking me the
never
same question
going
over and
out
over.
with these people again after I get this job. Let's be clear.
Oh, I gotta incorporate some of that good old corporate America into this conversation. Now, this is my theory about corporate America. You gotta go out and do a little bit of dirt
For
for
them to
there to
trust
be an
you to be in
established
their circle.
trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you don't want to do the line, and we did the line, and now I'm feeling a way that that we did the line, and I'm thinking about promoting you, maybe I'm like, I don't know, because they're not even gonna go do
This what you
That's
do.
why,
lines.
no,
This
that's why I
what you
say you
do.
got to play the game
This what you do. Just go to your car.
wisely.
Just go to your car and grab a blunt, and you can light up the blunt and pass that around. Be like, here,
That's
I
what
ain't
I
gonna do the
do.
line, but here, you can.
And like I'm already gone off something, right? I'm already off an edible. Like I'm yeah,
Right.
you do have to I do feel like in
You're
that
going to have to
scenario,
kind of finagle it.
yeah, you're gonna have to let them know that you do dirt. Even if they don't see you do dirt, you gotta let them know you do dirt. Because if not, now like the trust factor is just
For
not,
sure.
you know what I mean?
Unfortunately.
It's like it's the club. It's about the club. So nobody's doing coke on this call.
No,
This
ain't
is
doing it.
why corporate America and I do not go together. This is why me and working for other people do not go together. I don't give a fuck about the promotion. I don't give a fuck about this team. I don't give a fuck about how you feel. I don't care if you don't have no trust for me because I don't do dirt any goddamn ways, and I ain't finna do no dirt for somebody else's business. Like, if I'm gonna do dirt, it's gonna be for my own. Like, this is why I just am not a good employee. I'm not a good employee. I'm not, because I'm like, get this shit the fuck away from me. There's gonna be no maybe later. No, never ask me
Well,
again.
you know what? But they don't expect them. They don't expect employees to do that. But the people see, because this is the other
People in
thing.
upper leadership, they expect a little.
And it ain't even so much about the coke or whatever they doing. They might be doing a little sideways business stuff. Are you gonna blow the whistle on them anytime you see something that's kind of crossing the line?
That
That's
ain't my
what they want
business.
to know.
That ain't my business. But
I know, but I'm saying if you turn down that line, then that's what they thinking. Like, oh, they do everything by the book. They gonna turn around and
fire me then.
Yeah.
it ain't even about the line. It's about, okay, when you see, when you look at the books and the numbers look a little bit off, are you going to somebody else about this, or you just gonna turn your head the other direction? That's what they want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there is a question on here what was that question? Let's say you are at work, right? United Healthcare situation or something similar to that where they say, okay, not that. Okay, scratch that. Something else. Okay.
Denise.
Stop. Okay.
Wrong example.
Let's say you're in a situation where they're doing some illegal stuff with like numbers, whatever. Maybe they're taking something off the top, whatever the case may be. You know, there's some illegal things going on. But it has nothing to do with you. No one's getting hurt. They're just stealing a little money on. Do you say anything?
No. Nope. So let me tell you something. And that's what I learned in the corporate world. You better not say nothing. Because you think it's Billy and Joe over here. You don't know how far that goes up.
Mm-hmm.
They might have permission from their superiors and the people. You don't know how far that go up. And then all of a sudden you getting let go because you thought you was doing the right thing, but you blew the whistle on not just Billy and Joe, but their managers and the managers above. You don't know who all in on that. You better just keep your mouth shut.
Oh, very true.
I ran into something like that once. It was I was in a job and the one of the people that was under my managers, they was doing some sideways shaky stuff. And we ain't say nothing for a while. And then after I actually got into management, I realized that my manager knew what was going on. And not only did my manager know what was going on, the manager above my manager knew what was going on. But as long as this person was bringing in all this money and it was making their books look good, it was setting them up for their next promotion. They wasn't going to say nothing. And me jumping in saying something wouldn't have did nothing but got me put on the radar and got me fired. You don't know how far that stuff go up.
Oh.
No, I'm kind of like this about all things now. Like I don't tell nothing. Now if you start pressuring me to do things, that's different. But just noticing, and if even what I notice, if that's getting out of control, I'm gonna start making my own exit plan out of this place altogether. But I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah. Nikki?
Hold on. What was the question again? I just lost my train of thought. I have my fucking answer.
You're working for someone who's stealing money.
Now, long as if I'm working for somebody, all right. If I'm working for somebody and they're stealing money, that's not my fucking problem. As long as my check cashes on payday, shit, I don't give a fuck. It's not my fucking problem. And especially if it's like a corporate fraud, like you're not literally stealing from people. Like, let me shit. Let me know what we gotta do. Fuck. I want in. No, I ain't gonna tell. I don't give a fuck. But I mean, it's like you're asking to have your life cut short. Hell no, I'm not gonna play with somebody's fucking money. No, as long as my check good, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, I got a question that's going to lead to another question. Okay,
hold on. Is this pertaining to the same thing?
No.
Or are you switching directions?
Switching direction.
Okay, hold on. Let me back up for a second because I had one related to the first question that you asked. Real simple question. And not all the same criteria. You can do what you want, but 500,000, you have to move to South Dakota for 10 years.
And shit. Wow.
You could take whoever you want. You could talk to whoever you want, but you have to move to South Dakota for 10 years.
How much?
That's 50. You said 500,000. That's what, 50K?
500,000? That's it?
Yes.
50K a year?
No.
50K a year? No.
Hell no.
Absolutely not.
What about $1 million?
What's the math on that? What's the math on $1 million?
That's 100. That's 100,000. That's 100,000 a year.
No, and I can still work though, right? A hundo.
Yeah, you can still work. You can do all of that. You getting that on top of you working your regular job.
A meal, yeah.
You do it for 10 years. You take a meal and go to South Dakota for 10 years.
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, so when am I getting the money?
You get it up front. You gotta stay there. You have to stay in that residence 90% of the time. So you can even still visit. You say what?
Vacation.
I mean, but you still get you go on vacations, you get to visit family. You just have to be 90% of the time. Your residence is going to be in South Dakota for the next 10 years. And you get $1 million signing bonus for that 10 years that yeah. Ivory said yeah. Nikki, you should say yeah. You tired of Austin already. You tired of the city already. You need to go get some fresh air, get out of there.
There's a lot of places I wouldn't mind going to, but South Dakota has never been on the list.
That's why I picked it.
That's why you picked it.
And you gotta remember, I was born in Minnesota, so that's just right next door. I would never fucking go back up there. Ironically, it says the per capita personal income was $38,000 in 2010, ranked 25th in the United States. 12.5% of the population was below the poverty line in 2008.
It's the 10 years is the problem.
10 years is the problem. That's too damn long.
That's a lot.
You have me.
I might only have 20 years left on this. I'm gonna spend half my time.
No. Now, if I go find Yellowstone and go, you know what I'm saying? Like I
was finna say for $1 million, I could get maybe like this beautiful house with like some cliff.
Yeah, you could. But you just gonna be in South Dakota.
Your patio.
Oh, that's very, very cold.
Very nice. Now, my only thing is, and then I still get to visit. I get to go home for Thanksgiving, and I got to, you know what? And then I still get to see people. Now,
long time.
It is.
You
know what? That'll be a comfortable 10 years, though.
That's home. 10 years is home.
Killing.
I think I'd do it. I think I would do it. It'll be tough. I think I'd do it though. I don't let nobody down here like that.
Yeah, I'm on here talking about I would do a lot of stuff for money. I guess I'm showing myself today.
Like, what's the vibe in South Dakota? Like, do they have concert venues? Like, what?
I'm sure they don't. I'm pretty certain they don't.
I never go to South Dakota
I have
on
another
tour.
question for you too, Denise, later on down the road. But go ahead, you can go to your next question.
What?
Okay, so go ahead, Nikki.
White and native, like it's like white. It's very, very, very fucking white and Republican.
Buffaloes, bison.
That would be hard for me. I need culture. I like it. I really have to have culture in my life. Good concert venues.
There may be culture there. It's just a different type of culture.
You're definitely going to have native culture, but you're not going to. I don't think you're going to have very much black culture or anything that resembles that. Not in South Dakota.
Black culture might be overrated to a degree.
In the middle, it might be perfect. Okay. So here's my next question. I'm setting this question up to ask the question later. After you all answer this question. We're talking about time earlier, right? And how important time was. If you could travel back in time to change a particular event that would affect humankind, what would you change?
I ain't doing enough for humankind. I thought you were saying like for my own game.
We could do give me one for everyone and give me one for your own personal situation.
Ivory probably wouldn't change because Ivory is very cautious of ripple effects, and she probably wouldn't change anything. Ivory wouldn't even do away with mosquitoes. And I was like, I'll forget it. I take chances. Mosquitoes got to go. She's like, nope, I don't know what
any small thing I change, you don't even get the same children you have. Just the change of the timing of sperm changes.
Yeah.
So Ivory, that's why. For the personal part, this is where I would go back, Ivory. I would go back a week because then all my kids is already in place by now. All of my kids, they're already in place, I believe. Maybe the little one might come out a little different, but outside of that, then I would go back to right a week before GameStop hit. And I put all everything else. My kids are already in place. I go back because I did the math on that. Investing $13,000 would have netted you $1 million. So I would have scraped up you know what? I probably went back a month before GameStop. I would have scraped up everything, took all the loans out. All I had to do was scrape up me $50,000 to $100,000, and I'd be set for the rest of my life after that. And then my kids are already in place. That's where I would go back to, and it's not too far back to where it changes a whole bunch of stuff. I ain't going back to my high school years and all that. Just go back far enough to where I could reset the trajectory of our lifestyle moving forward. I'm already married, got the kids, everything in place. Now just go invest in GameStop and we good. That's where I would go back to, personally.
Got it. Nikki?
Well, now that you kind of broke it down like that, because I'm like Ivory, and I've said that many times. That's why I don't really have regrets about decisions that I've made in my life, because one, they're part of who I am. But if anything were to have been done differently in some of those situations, some of the outcomes would have very much not been the same. I wouldn't have had the same 3 kids. I wouldn't have had so I can't, no. So I wouldn't change anything, but the way that you put it like that, Q, I would go back to, I think the one thing that was probably the most tangible, I would go back to when we got money for selling our dad's house after he died. We had to make the decision: do we sell the business or do we sell the house? It's going to have to be one of the two of them, because we're not going to fucking make it. COVID had just happened. My dad died at the end of 2019. COVID happened March of fucking 2020. By the end of 21 or 22, we'd already gotten PPP loans at that point. We were just barely fucking duct tape being able to keep the doors open. And the only reason that we were able to sustain it is because we decided to sell the fucking house. It wasn't our childhood home. Let's liquidate. It was a time during COVID where you could get the most fucking dollars you could ever get for your house. My dad bought this house for $169,000. We sold it for $480,000 fucking dollars. Yeah, let's sell the fucking house. Fuck this house. Let's keep the business open. That's what we do. This is where we grew up, was in the business, not this house.
Right.
So we sell the house. Of course, we pay off all of his debt. We pay off the house, and there's just a little bit left for my sister and I to share. That was during a time where I had to work for free for the duration of the existence of the business until we had to close last summer. And I also, that's how I stayed home with those kids for 3 fucking years, and not having to put them in school, and not having to fight COVID, and not having to worry about my type 1 diabetic getting sick. No, we stayed the fuck home. We've been poor for a long time, living off small amounts of money, but I stretched what I had for years before I had to go back to work. And that left me with $0 of the dollars that we got that I'll probably never see again. I'll probably never see dollars like that again. And it wasn't tons and tons of money, but today's economy, I wish I still had that and would have been able to do something differently, would have been able to flip that. My life would be a lot different.
What would you have done differently?
I probably would have tried to find a way to get to work faster. I would have probably tried to find a way to make money without maybe necessarily using my body or having to still go put myself in a space where I could bring something back home. Because I certainly wasn't doing what I was doing during that time. We barely were having clients even come into our office. We just were held hostage to the barriers that were COVID in a mental health substance abuse profession at that time. So all of the normal ways in which one would generally hustle and make shit work and flip that fucking money weren't even possible for me during that time. And I literally just had to fucking spend it living and paying rent. Yeah. And I hate that every fucking day. Every day. I hate it. So I would go back to that point and I would figure out my hustle would have had to have done something differently. But I also know today I'm not going to beat myself up because it was what it was. My dad still took care of us. He still made sure we were okay until I was able to take the fucking baton and now you have to go. But it's not been easy. I wish that money was still there. Otherwise, I don't have any other decisions that I would do differently because they would result in the change of my children. And fuck that. I'm cool with it today. I'm fine. Just that one.
So Denise, I'm wondering,
Mm-hmm.
like, what is it that, like, what period in time could I go back to actually impact change from a societal standpoint? Like, if I wanted to prevent somebody from dying, or like, how would I even be able to do that if I went back in time? Like, just try to go get to the person and stop them from, like, when you talk
I
about
have an active
major world.
imagination. I got all kind of ideas of how you could get back. And yeah, go ahead. Sorry. It's all
Yeah,
kind of
I just,
things you
okay.
could do.
Tell me, like, how would
Well,
you?
I'm just
Okay,
saying,
so
like, if you could set your own rules, then, like, and you could appear when somebody's alone. You could be able to touch people, but not let anything touch you or hurt you. I mean, it's all kind of ways if you
oh,
could
you
set
trying to
your
be a
own
superhero?
rules.
You talking about
I'm
being a
just saying,
superhero? I'm
it's
saying
all
just
kind of
go back in a
ways.
period of time. If you
Gotta
snap
ask
back and you in the
that.
exact same spot in a different period of time, how would you
I,
go back and prevent this person from dying, or prevent this world event from happening?
but I'm saying, what are you, a hologram? Are you corporal? Like,
No, you go
all of
back in
these
time.
things,
And hold on. Let
all
me
these
say
things
this.
matter.
Denise, are you saying, like, when you go back in that period of time, you have to live your life back up to the present? Like, you don't get to
No,
snap back and go back up?
it's literally you're time traveling. You're going on a
Hmm.
mission, you leave.
Okay. Oh, you go and
Complete
then
the
you leave.
mission, you
Oh,
complete the mission, you do whatever the thing is,
yeah, but
pull a freaking Back to the Future Marty McFly and get
okay.
out of there.
Oh yeah, if that case, I definitely do the GameStop thing, because I ain't even got to relive that. But if you're talking
Mhm.
about the I'm trying to, what would I change? Because I mean, the stuff, if I told Kobe not to get on a helicopter, that's not really changing life. You know what I'm saying? That just made me feel better.
Yeah.
If there's any, I would have to think about someone personally that I knew that I feel like they checked out early.
Yeah.
And even that's not changing the world, it's just changing my world.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if it's something on a global level, I don't know what is something that you could change on a global level. Like, if
I mean,
I
I
hate
could think
saying
of
this,
all kinds of
if you put the
things.
bullet, a couple inches so it don't hit his ear, and it, then that'll change a lot.
It would
Stop
be.
it,
I feel
sir.
like it would be
I'm just
pure
saying,
mayhem.
Ivory.
It
My
would
point
probably
is,
be mayhem after that. Oh my god.
that would
Change
that
things.
would change the trajectory of the way the world looks now.
By a
I'm
lot.
That's
People
what I'm
would
saying. I'm trying to think
revolt.
of what instances. There's not a lot past that I could think of that's going to change a world trajectory over the last 20, 25 years. Can you think of
Like,
anything? I'm
like there's
curious.
Well,
nothing.
I mean, I could think of all types of things, but, like, okay, so some of the things I was thinking is in terms of, African Americans and the things we've suffered here. Could you go back and maybe make something not happen? Yes.
What?
But this,
That's what I'm wondering. Like,
I
what? What
mean,
could
all
you
kind of stuff.
change? Tell
Um,
me. I really don't. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything that's going to change. There's one incident you can stop or prevent or cause to happen that's going to change everything else.
well, I don't know if it would change everything else. That's my point. Like, you could actually do something that would change the course of history. You could go back and make Martin Luther King not get shot. That would change the course
That
of
would be
history.
terrible for Martin Luther King.
This is my point.
Then
Is
you know who
just
he'd be, Jesse
because
Jackson.
just
How do we
because
what do we
you
think about Jesse Jackson right now?
right, just because you change something doesn't mean you actually make things better.
And
Because
if you
just
kept him
that one
alive, then maybe
thing,
the civil rights, the bill may never get passed.
right? So you could change
Oh.
something that you think is good, but it doesn't mean that you actually make the world better. And, like, all the things, the small things I'm thinking you could do doesn't change white rage.
Nope.
And so if they couldn't get their rage out with the thing you changed, they would probably have just picked something else. So you don't even know if you really would change something even by trying to change something.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so here's my follow-up question to the change question.
Right. I don't think I'd. Well, hold on, Denise. Before you get to it, what would you do?
Oh, honestly, my first thought
Is
was
there any
like,
areas where you would go back and adjust something to?
in terms of like time travel for like the world's sake, I did think about what life would be like if Martin Luther King didn't die. And I wonder, but as we're having this conversation, I wonder if he allowed himself to be a martyr. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like we've talked about how like there was people who were doing sit-ins on the bus all the time, but they picked Rosa Parks because of her aesthetic and how that would move things. And like we talked about earlier
Right.
with the woman who's there, like was that a discussion amongst the Democrats because it's like, okay, we get a person who's a woman, we get a person who's a minority that'll really rally people up. Was it a discussion among them for one person to stay behind? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if this was like I'm not going to say that Martin Luther King made a choice to die, but I wonder if he like knew that that would be the thing that would push things through, right? So, and especially knowing that they were going to want to do it anyway. Um,
You need to.
so especially where he got shot. But nonetheless, I thought about saving Martin Luther King, but then I also thought, if not then, there would be some other day. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be that day, it'd be another
I
day.
wouldn't even save Tupac. Tupac wouldn't be thought of the way he is now.
That's
I'm death.
well, I wouldn't save him
Actually,
just because that wouldn't be top 10 on my list of historical events to
it would
curb.
be
But
top 10 on my. And I think about a lot of. I think about what he could have
Oh,
done as far as his voice and how he could help push change forward, on that level, especially as he matured at an older age. But his music legacy would have definitely taken a hit. He wouldn't be thought of in the
wow.
same way that he's thought of now. So
Oh, I got so many questions. It's going to take us way off course, so I'm not going to do it.
I mean,
Um,
even think about who's the John Lewis. He was there with Martin Luther King. He was fighting in the Senate for decades. We don't revere John Lewis, and he just passed, I think, last year. We don't revere him the same way that we revere Martin Luther King. And he's been doing the work longer.
wasn't
Sometimes
there a thing
dying
though?
is a blessing for your legacy. Dying
Oh,
early is a blessing for your legacy.
oh, oh, that's a whole thing right there. Okay. So, okay, let me add a caveat.
Go.
Let's say you get to go back in time and make these changes, whether it's your personal life or it's historic event. Caveat is this: something bad happens to someone. That is the deal. You don't know what,
Uh,
you don't know who. You just
Go back.
know
Hold on.
it's
Go back.
really
My
bad.
computer froze up for a second.
Oh, so the
Go back
thing
and say it
is,
again.
if you go back in time and you make this change, something bad happens to one person. You don't know who, you don't know why, you don't know where, you don't know when. You just know something really bad is going to happen. And that's all you're told. Do you do it?
no,
Nah.
Mm-mm.
Don't nobody get to pull my strings like that.
No.
Um, Let me see. Q, do you have anything that you wanted to talk about in your
Yeah,
scenarios?
let me see which one I got. I got a couple. Let me see what I got. Okay. Why would I put this? Okay. This was my first question. What's
I
happening?
would put this. Oh, God.
Okay. Indecent proposal.
Oh,
Someone
talk to
wanted to
me.
spend the night with your partner. And what they say back in the movie, I get what they said, $1,000,000.
$1,000,000?
I'm not even gonna go to $1 million yet.
But it was a
Some,
$1,000,000 offer. That's what they
yeah,
offered.
I think that's too easy though. In my opinion, that's too easy. Someone says, I'll give you $100,000 for one night with your partner. Are you taking it?
Hell no. Hell no. No. One of those exes? Sure.
No,
There it goes.
no, somebody that you.
This one? No. Total crash out.
Right. Well, I don't have more than one, and when I have them, but no, I'm not. There's no dollar amount you can put on it for me.
No doubt, 250K
No, no. I'm good
for
on that.
one night. Ivory,
No.
Denise, Nikki,
No.
one night, 250K.
No.
No,
No.
because now I have become the statistic. Now money has become the root. And money's never been the fucking root. It's not going to be the root now. Like, no, I love my fucking man that much. I'm committed to not sharing that fucking seriously and riding this thing all the way out. That's how hard we finna go for this thing. If we finna do this, there's no dollar amount that would interest me. I have no desire. I have zero desire. And he better fucking think the same thing.
Ivory, what's your dollar amount, Ivory? You gonna break at a certain dollar amount, Ivory.
Not me. Not me.
What's your dollar amount?
First, the wording of it would have to change for me first off, because
Okay.
the idea of anybody making that kind of decision for somebody else's body, or like proposing something for somebody else's body, I don't know there's no numbers that wouldn't trouble me around that, if that makes sense.
Well, so Ivory, so the way
somebody just approached me, girl.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's just get there. But
I'm thinking. Let me say this. I'm thinking of a dollar amount that's even worth me approaching.
Like somebody out.
So Ivory, this is what I'm saying. Like, what's the dollar? There's a certain dollar amount. Be like, because some people certain dollar amount, nope, and then they get to a certain dollar amount. Like, I gotta go have a conversation. Let me ask.
Fuck no.
I gotta see how they feel about this.
Cute. If I was with someone who had cheated on me, totally. We've already crossed this threshold. At least this time we're agreeing on it. If you cheated on me, get your ass. That's the least you can do. The least you can do is cheat on me for the sake of this family.
Right.
Get your butt over there. Get that $1 million. Do what that lady says and bring your butt home. Okay?
So Ivory, let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask a question. Ivory and Nikki.
No.
What if this person, because this in this is, what if this person they got money and their money is deep, but they're older and clearly not somebody that your partner is attracted to? It ain't like they're getting pleasure out of this. They're actually taking one for the team.
I actually
Are you gonna be like, hey, I need you to go take this one for the team? What you say?
I said I love him. I wouldn't want it to be worse. If it was gonna be, at least let it be a good experience.
Okay. So now let me say this is let's throw this in.
Rihanna? Would you like your husband to be with Rihanna? Like, look, babe. I mean, okay.
Right. Would it matter if it was Rihanna or Gladys Knight? Would you pick one on that?
It's all ridiculous.
Hold on, but let me throw this part in here though. You just turned, because you said no amount of money, and word get out that you turned down $30 million for one night. And he'd be like, why would you turn that down? We was about to turn up. Our kids was about to go to the best schools. We going on vacation for years. We about to go on vacation. We about to start this business that we said we're gonna get these property. All of this for not even a 24 hours. We talking about 8 hours. You talking about like now? What if they was upset with you because like
standards that money don't?
But don't you think, this is my question? Don't you think at a certain point it's worth you having a conversation with them to get their input as well? Because they like, look, I mean, Gladys Knight ain't my cup of tea, but we're gonna take this one for the team. We trying to look. There's a whole lot of
no.
What do you say about your values as a person, though? Even having a conversation, like, what does that say about you? I don't know.
I don't care what it say about me, to tell you the truth, but I do care what my partner. I care what my partner thinks. So if I want to know if we lockstep in agreement. If we both agree on this, like, hey,
no,
I get it.
We about to eat well after this.
I would say I would suspend judgment over $1 million for anybody else that decides. Not me, but I would suspend my judgment.
Is there any amount that you would bring to your spouse or your partner if somebody proposed to you? So if they said, "Hey, one night, Denise, $1 million, go talk to your man and let me know what y'all think," would you go have that conversation with him?
I don't know what's worse, being the proposer or the proposee. Because, like, if my man proposed that I sleep with someone else for money, that's absurd. But then also,
That's okay.
but then also, like, if I was like, so babe, it's like, how do we even get to this conversation? I'm like, so babe,
I bet this will be
talking to this guy.
Then you seem like a whole bopper out here.
This is business decisions. Look, these is
How
business
do we
decisions.
even get that far in the conversation with the
get past all
person
this emotion
to
and
where they
principles
felt
and all that stuff.
comfortable?
Either you the pimp bringing the proposition, or you the prostitute bring. I mean, you.
Okay, and Ivory,
You the pimp
listen,
and
and this is just a ration talking. Some people could say I've been prostituted out for the last 20 years with all these jobs that pay me a fraction of what I'm actually worth. I've been getting pimped out since I got out of high school. Some people would argue.
That's an argument.
Let me turn into the pimp for once at least.
No.
Let me work the system just for a few hours. Ivory, in all honesty, listen. Oh, okay. So let me go back here.
That's how you know sex is such a different thing.
It is. And you know what?
Different.
I really think that's where it boils down to is
it's so different.
How much, to what extent, what type of value you put into sex.
I hear in your voice, Q, how you're like, no, this literally makes sense. Like, and that's not to say that there are not women who can totally emotionally disassociate from a sexual experience where it's literally just a means
transaction.
Yeah, like that's not to say that women can't do it too, but you can. I mean, like, so you're not wrong in the aspect of look at how little you have to do for this amount of money. Like it's 7 pumps and a little bit of sweat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there you go.
Little you have to do for this amount of money. So you make sense, right? In theory, you make sense, but like maybe it is the women versus the men's experience with sex that is like there's not a dollar amount that would want me to put my private parts on the line like that. Not when I'm in a committed relationship with somebody else, when in my mind we're not cheating. We don't entertain sexual experiences with other people.
But that wouldn't be cheating though. That wouldn't be cheating.
Well, if you're
agreed.
having sexual intercourse with somebody besides the person
No,
you're
it's not. We both came to the table and we agreed upon. That's not cheating.
Yeah, you put somebody else's private parts in there that did not belong to you. That's not yours. That's cheating. I'm pretty sure
that's like saying people who live a poly lifestyle are cheating.
I agree, but this is not that.
Yes, it is. There's consent on both people in a relationship are given consent to
A
this.
one night stand. This is a proposition. This is a prostitute situation. You're
Denise,
gonna
what you thinking?
I got a question. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not taking it as far as where I'm about to take it, but I'm going to take it there for a second and bring it back. Remember that episode?
You sure we're gonna be able to bring it back? Think about who you're talking to.
Remember that episode of Black Mirror? The scenario is not a pig, though. It's some older rich person, and you have to do this to save a life.
Nope.
Of a young girl. So you have to have sex with some older rich person to save a life of some kid. Do you do it?
I personally know that person, then no. No.
I will not be manipulated.
If I don't personally know them, then no.
No, I'm not doing it.
Don't make me use my body for some shit I don't want to.
No, I'm sorry for her. I didn't kill her. So the person who set this up did it. That ain't on me.
So hold on. Okay.
Not. Absolutely not.
What you thought we was gonna say, Denise?
I thought you would do it. Because you were just like, oh yeah, it's just sex. Like, no.
That's all person.
Nah.
He has a thing for, he does not have a thing for women.
I told you where my allegiances lie with my family. The stuff that I'm thinking about benefits my family. That's my first circle of influence. So hold on. Let me repaint a picture on what we said.
Okay.
So we back to $1 million. Let me paint a scenario. You get called to a meeting. There's 5 couples, you and 4 other couples.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, okay, we got some news. Get in line. First, Denise and her husband. Second, Joe and her husband. Second, third, Susie and her husband. So you all get in line.
Mm-hmm.
They give you this proposal.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we will pay you $1 million for either one of you to sleep with either one of our partners, whatever. Now, if you turn it down, then the couple right behind you gets the option to choose, and you know they like, oh, I pray to God they say no, because I'm about to get banked. We've going to Sizzler. We about to live it up real good. And you know, the moment you say no, somebody about to get this bag. And not only are they gonna get this bag, then you're gonna see them on vacation. You're gonna see them cutting ribbons to buy a new house. You're gonna see like they done came up majorly for real. You sure it's still gonna be that easy for you to say no, knowing that the next person just waiting behind you to cash in on that? You still that ain't gonna bother you.
Yeah, because it don't matter what y'all do. Y'all want to sell y'all cheeks. Y'all go right ahead.
That's y'all.
I'm still not selling my cheeks.
That's how y'all get down there.
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay. I got one for you. I don't know if this is for Nikki, but I'm gonna give to Nikki. You can answer this, but it's gonna be more for Denise. You get paid. Denise, you get paid. I'm trying to think of what's a good dollar amount. We'll pay you $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
But you can never get married.
Hell no.
You can be in all the relationships you want to. You can jump over a broom. You just can't be legally married on paper. Would you take that?
Money. That's not enough money.
What's your price?
That's like a year's worth of money. That's not even gonna like put me in a position to like change my lifestyle that much.
But it's not gonna change your relationship status. I mean, you'll be committed with the person that you with. It'll just be a verbal agreement versus a government agreement.
100K.
That's why I kind of disqualified Nikki, because I don't think she believes in it.
100K
you don't
too
believe
low.
in the government stuff anyway, so I was like, yeah.
100K is too low. That doesn't change my life. That does not change my life. I still gotta work.
Right.
I still gotta work.
500.
Doesn't.
That's gonna change some stuff. It ain't gonna.
It's not.
It ain't gonna change for life, but that'll give you a different boost.
It's not. Not if I live here. It doesn't do enough. It doesn't do enough. No.
Nikki, would you? And Nikki, do this question even apply to you? Because I don't know if you probably don't believe in the government paper anyway. That's why I was asking.
No, but $100,000 wouldn't be enough for me to not want to do it either, right? I don't believe in all the government shit, which means if I never get married, I'm fucking fine, right? I'm not gonna be sad if I never get married, right? If I was with somebody who wanted to get married, would I tell him no? Of course I wouldn't tell him no. I would get married, right?
So you would get married on government paper?
I wouldn't like it, but if that's what he wanted and that's what he provided, then fine, right? Like, as long as everything that I knew, the protections that I wanted were in play for me, then that's fine. I don't mind doing that for him. If that's what he wants to do, you want to have a wife, you want me to take your name? Cool, that's fine. If you've been able to give me every fucking thing else I want, that's the least I can do. That's fine. That's fine.
So you wouldn't take the 250. You wouldn't take 250K just to be like, hey, I'll be committed to you. I'll ride or die to the end. But I made a deal where I cannot get married on paper. Would you take 250K?
Absolutely. In a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Denise, 250K.
No. This is because, like, no, like I could, like right now, if I decided to do like executive assistant work for executives out here or whatever, I could make like 1 to 125 on my own. You know what I'm saying?
But you got 250 in the bank, so now you got a cushion to work with. So now you still make that 80 to 125, but you got 250 in the bank.
And what if you also were able to foresee that you're going to actually be unmarried for the next 10 years? I never thought I'd be single for 9 years. I didn't think I'd be remarried. I didn't think that I would have my I didn't know what I expected, but I damn sure didn't think I'd still be single 9 years later. So 9 years later, that 250, shit, I'm cool with that. What if you were not in your 30s? What if you were in your 40s? Would that 250 look better? What if you were pushing 50? Would that 250 look better? Right? Like the emotional side I get, but man, look, 250 is nice.
250.
I'm doing the 250. I'm moving from here. I'm telling you now. That money's gonna go like this.
Well,
that money's gonna go so fast just for me to not get married. Like that is my life's dream. Get married, have kids. Y'all think it's music? It's family. Damn that. I want a family.
But you can have all of that. What if they say, hey, listen, we're gonna do the whole ceremony, we're gonna do the wedding, we're gonna do all of that. You can have the kids and the family.
You can still have all of
we just not signing on a government piece of paper.
All that stuff.
No, I need that commitment.
Matter of fact, this 250 gonna help with the wedding.
You don't have to take your last name. You can still take his name. You know what I'm saying? Like
you can take the name, everything.
Then we gotta go through all this legal process for like power of attorney and yada 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 and this and the third and blah 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 blah.
Notary.
You can change your name right now without getting married.
It's a notary. It's very easy. You gotta do that to get married.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. It had to be a way bigger amount. It would have to be a way bigger amount that could change the life of my would-be husband, but not husband's life, and my kids' lives. And I just really would want the whole family unit, like for my children. I've always wanted that for my kids. I've always wanted them to have that experience. So it's just not, I just need that. And I want that commitment on that level legally. And because I'm not playing no games, because I already know my man, he gonna be balling. So I don't got time. I don't have time. I don't have time to play those kind of games. Okay. I need to be the wife, and I need wife status. I don't need my little family member trying to come in and do crazy stuff. No.
You don't want no. Are y'all married? Well, technically, you ain't doing it technically. No,
everybody got the same last name but me. No.
You can get the same last name. You can get the same last name.
You legally change your last name.
I maybe I'm just so hell bent on being legally married.
Right.
Yeah. And
I got a question, y'all. It's kind of off subject. Is it possible to become married, like make vows to God married, and not be legally married? Do you feel like God honors the vow or the legal? You know what I mean? Like if you really think about what that means.
I had a long conversation with my mama about this, and it went a lot of different directions. But it's two trains of thought. Number one, people will say biblically obey the laws of the land. So, and if the laws of the land tell you this is the process of you getting married, then that's what you should follow, and that's what is acceptable. That's what a lot of people think. Now, my question was, what piece of paper did Adam and Eve sign? What piece of paper did Abraham and Sarah sign? What piece of paper did Moses and his wife? I mean, you can go down the line. Like all of these biblical characters that we talk about them and their wife, there was there was no record of this legal piece of paper that was signed in order to solidify him. So, I mean, that's my argument. But some people think different. I don't know. Go ahead, Ivy.
So my take is that marriage is between two people, but it's also between them and their community. If it's done right. So between you and your families, or in your found family, whatever your community is, between you and your community. So not to dishonor the way your community does this. So what I say is, if you grew up as a hippie in a commune and nobody goes to courthouses to get married, and that's your community, and they're going to uphold your marriage and respect your marriage and everything else, I don't see the problem if that's your context.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not in that kind of context, you're in the context in your community. It's your mama, your daddy, your uncles, cousins, whatever. People get married legally.
Yeah.
Then you should respect the context of your community when it comes to a marriage commitment. That's my take.
It's a good answer. What you thinking, Denise?
I'm thinking about going to the justice of the peace, honestly. But and when I think about community, I'm like, oh God, like
that's what I did.
Yeah, I kind of want to. I think I want to go to the justice of the peace because I don't want to spend all that money. The only reason why I'm thinking about doing the whole marriage thing is just because I want to bring my family together. Just because I want to be like, all right, forced to have a family reunion. But
and that was and Denise, that was a big part for me as well. Because after you think you're gonna be with somebody forever, and then you're not, and then so the concept of that legal piece of paper don't mean a whole lot to you after that's been broken. However, with the person I'm with, I love them dearly. I want my first goal is I want them to be happy. And I know if that makes them happy, well, even without them asking, my goal is to make them happy, number one. Number two, like Ivory said, what's accepted with your community. I knew with my community, they would love her, but they wouldn't accept her the same type of way if that legal piece of paper was not written. And I did want I wanted her to be accepted into my community of people as well, and looked at as a daughter in the same type of way.
Yeah, because it shows your seriousness, and therefore it's like, okay, come on in, you're serious, and so therefore we're going to be serious.
Right. And it was funny because when I told my mama, she was asking me all this. She was like, I'm like, oh yeah, we went to the courthouse. Oh, well, that's great. That's wonderful. She's like, you wanted to do right by God. I'm like, no, they ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Oh, you wanted to she gave me all these different reasons. I'm like, no, I was committed to her before that piece of paper as I am, as I was before. So that didn't mean nothing to me, but in their eyes, they think about different reasons as to why why they're trying to solidify something. And I'm like, it was already solidified with me. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't feel wrong in the eyes of God. I ain't feel like I was shacking. I ain't feel all them different things that they were saying. I ain't feel none of that.
He did it for community. Do you think it made her happy too?
Well, that's number one. That's the number one thing.
Yeah.
I want
because it makes me think about. Oh, go ahead, Q.
My wife had never been married before, so I wasn't gonna put my my wayward concepts or my bitterness or negativity about the whole. Because listen, when you get married and then you get a divorce, and then the way that the government gets involved in your personal affairs, and they're divvying up, deciding where your children gonna go and who gets to see them, and people are legally using the government to take your kids away. It put a sour taste in your mouth to where, like, I never want the government to have that ability to dictate those elements of my life again.
Yeah.
But
it makes me think about something Ivory said, like that she was saying her husband found her more pleasant after marriage, like something about having that commitment settled her and made her feel like, I guess, more secure. Do you notice any difference like that with your marriage?
Oh, you asking me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you.
Oh,
Sir.
no. Okay. So no, you know what happened with me is my girlfriend at the time, now my wife, the main thing, she it didn't matter to her. I remember her telling me and also telling my older sister and other people, she's like, I'm happy. This is everything I wanted. I have the person I want. I have the family. We're committed. If we never get married, then it don't bother me. And when she said we don't have to sign no piece of paper. Once I knew she wasn't hung up on that, then it made me want to do it even more so.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I did not get pressured to marry anybody. I didn't feel no heat, or it wasn't no, what's taking that wasn't even a thought. And if it was, I never felt that pressure.
Interesting.
So then it's like, oh, if a person is just happy with me and me alone, and they don't need any additional validation. Okay, yeah, now I absolutely want to give you the world now.
That's his story.
You said what?
I said that's his story. No, I mean that's y'all's story, not your story.
Like Ivory has another.
Oh,
like
I was
Ivory,
like,
you
okay,
have a different story.
I was like, maybe she
No,
told Ivory something else, and she didn't tell him.
No, she told
might
me
have told Ivory
exactly.
something else.
No. She listen. In all transparency, she told me the exact same thing. And Denise, I said, that's nice. But he's still gonna marry you. But that's nice.
Okay, speaking of marriage, is there a certain amount that you would agree to marry somebody who wanted to stay in the country? Is there an amount that you'd be like, yeah, I'd marry you so you could stay in the country? And then we can get divorced after 3 years.
Oh yeah, 200.
I don't play with stuff like that. At least $500,000, but I'd do it in a minute. You got that right. We don't have. Yeah, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I ain't marrying nobody else right now. Might as well marry your motherfucking ass. I'm okay with that. Shit. We can play house.
I try to live my life above board. All of that stuff is a little bit too beneath for me.
I'll do that easy. Denise, what would you?
I like living a nice, straight, clean line.
I'm straight and narrow. When it comes to legal things, any other area of my life, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Caution to the wind. Who cares? Do whatever you want. When it comes to legal things, I'm like,
I'm with you, Denise.
Straight and narrow, because I'm not going to nobody's jail.
Fine.
That's just
all of it.
Ain't happening.
Okay, we got a few minutes left, but let me ask a couple questions. This is right in that ballpark of where you at.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not a thing, but what if it was?
Mm-hmm.
What if you could sell your American citizenship to another person? What would be the price for you to sell your American citizenship?
I mean, isn't he selling them for like $5 million? Aren't the cards going for $5 million a pop so far?
But I mean, I'm saying, but you lose your citizenship by selling it to someone else. Then you lose your citizenship.
Yeah.
America KKK. Since you don't like America, no way, Nikki. What you selling it for?
I'm fucking around with some numbers in my head right now.
I said, give me 10. I'll go sit on the beach in another country.
And not only that, but this is the thing. It don't mean that you can't stay here. You just not gonna be a citizen. Now you got to get a green card, or now you won't have all of the same rights that you had as an American citizen now living in this country, and your stay or your residency could be contingent on a lot of government choices. They can decide if you ain't acting right, we could send you out of here.
Well, can I just marry an American? Like, because this is my thing. If I'm not going to be a citizen of this country, where's my citizenship? Because I'm not going to be playing limbo in between countries and continents and whatnot. I need to know I got a home. That's number one.
They have a list of about 4 or 5 countries African countries that'll give you citizenship.
Furthermore, I would just marry an American, period. Like, here, have it, married, we're back. Give me the money, we're good. But if I can't like marry another American and like be good and just like, no, I'm straight, I don't want to play those
Hold
kind of
on,
games.
Denise. Think about this. Now, if you marry someone, then I think for a certain period of time, you kind of now you got to marry this old geezer.
No, it would be somebody I really want to be with. My plan would be planned out to where it's like I actually love this guy, and I'm marrying him because I want to be with him. But that would just save me the hell of having to do the whole green card thing.
That's taking a chance though, because now you putting the cards in somebody else's hand, and now you gotta believe that they're gonna act right and that they gonna not hold it over your head like, nah, we ain't getting it. Nah, well, this ain't gonna work. Then you just need to go back to where you came from.
Right. 90-day fiance.
Right. They say, people act a little different when they know they holding the cards in their hand. So that's
rough. I don't think I could give up my citizenship, but I also haven't traveled. I've only been outside the country once, and I was 5. But my cousin went to Singapore, and she's been sending pictures to the group chat, and I'm pretty sure she traveled to the future because it looks like a totally different
I just
place.
want to go visit their airport. I've just seen pictures of their airport, and it looks amazing.
Oh, that's that super like crazy airport where there's fountains and plants and
it's mad. Like slides in the airport. It's like crazy.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Nikki, you got a number?
You could buy my citizenship for probably fucking $50 million. And I see that because I'm taking all of my favorite people with me wherever I go. We don't have to fucking work. And if we want to come back, we can. If we don't, we ain't got to. But we're gonna fucking enjoy wherever we are, however we are. I can pay for language tutors, and we can learn the language wherever country we end up landing in. I'd be fine. 50 million might sound a lot of money, but
you said 50. All right. So then they say, well, nah, I can't do 50. I can do 25.
No,
I'm taking 20.
I said 50.
I'll do 25.
40.
I'm out. I do 10. I'm out.
I do 25.
50 would make me happy.
Okay.
I could bring all my.
I could do 10. I could do 10.
I could do 10.
10 is enough to change my life and the life of my family. Flip that a couple of times.
Yep.
I could do 10.
All right. This is the last one, and this is weird. How much for a pinky finger?
Okay, under his eye.
What's the cost for you? What's the cost?
Last season?
What's the what last season?
Of Handmaid's Tale.
Oh no, I don't watch Handmaid's Tale.
Well, there's a part in there where the mistress, the missus, gets her pinky cut off.
For reading.
And that was her punishment.
Public. Her punishment was the tip of her pinky getting cut
How
off.
much would you pay? Not for the tip, for the whole pinky down at the root.
I need my pinky.
What's the price for the pinky finger?
10.
You said you do 10 mil? So if you say 10, then you would do it for 3.
No, I need 10.
Somebody threw 3 in your face. You.
Maybe.
You're right.
It's just a pinky.
You're taking my appendage. I gotta hold to my.
What do you do with a pinky? What are you doing with a pinky? Okay, so you can't.
Not have
hook and
one,
horns ain't you can't say.
No, I've always had 2 pinkies, so I'm not quite sure. But I need
not to walk around looking deformed. I mean, nobody really wants to walk around with deformity.
My grandma.
People ain't gonna even notice.
My grandma lost her fingertips in a lawn mowing accident when she was. And so she had I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 fingertips. It was just gone. I mean, it was just there was just balls at the end of her fingers. But she got her hand stuck in a lawnmower when she was a little girl. And there was the craziest shit ever. And you really didn't know until you knew. So I'm like, as I'm looking at my hand, I'm like, I'm putting my pinky down. I'm like, Does it really look that bad?
Yes, it does. You walking around like this. You look crazy.
I mean,
no,
Well, that's one of Ivory. I don't know. That was probably before. You probably don't remember Marlon Murphy. He only had 4 fingers.
No, I don't remember
He was
Marlon.
one of the best basketball players, and most people ain't even know he only had 4 fingers. And they went to like the state quarterfinals. He was cold. He only had 4. Most time people ain't even know he only had 4 fingers.
No, I want all my members. God, thank you. Like
So somebody
There's no
said, "Hey,
amount. There's
you
no
know what?
amount.
5 million, Denise. Just we're gonna take this little pinky finger off you real quick, and now you got 5 million in your bank." I'm giving that pinky up. I'm gonna tell you right now, that pinky.
I need my fingers.
Good number. You can have it for fucking maybe 5+. You can have it. I'm telling you, I have money.
I've learned from y'all show tonight that I guess I am for sale in a lot of ways.
And it's always 10 million. It's always 10 million.
She's saying 10, but like in all, I'm gonna do some negotiating. But in all honesty, I'm gonna give it up for $1 million probably.
Y'all.
Because this is what I'm thinking. Like, listen, I'm gonna get this pinky finger up. After I get this pinky finger, then my mortgage is completely paid off, and then I got some extra room to do what I want. If somebody said, "Hey, I will pay this mortgage that you on track to pay for the next 29 years, we can wipe all this out with just a pinky finger." All right, hey.
Wait, but now you reminded me of that episode of Black Mirror. Remember,
we got to get back to Black Mirror series too. We got to do that one too.
You remember when he was trying to make money because his wife was glitching?
Yeah,
he got online and started like pulling out his teeth and stuff.
Yeah,
and people was giving him money.
Yeah,
for like beating himself up and pulling out his teeth. Like this.
You gotta have a line. Though. You gotta have a line.
You gotta have a line.
Yep.
Look at Denise's face. It was wild.
I didn't see this one. I gotta watch that one. Which season is that?
It was a new season.
It was a new
season.
Okay. It was hard.
Okay.
It wasn't the last season, was it?
Yeah,
it was like the first episode of the last season.
Oh, and that's when they start putting the ads in her and all. That's what it. Oh yeah.
Okay, I
forgot about that part of it.
I've been looking for something more like up that lane.
Yeah, you gotta watch.
Yeah.
Side
and that
note,
ain't even the craziest part about that one too. It's pretty crazy.
Side note, y'all, don't Google four finger hands.
You know we gonna do it. When you say don't do it, then that's exactly what we gonna do.
I'm whispering like we're here by ourselves.
All right.
I typed in 4. I was curious to know like how many people had 4 fingers on their hand. Like if there was gonna be like some data about how many Americans, like how many humans have 4 fingers. It went to images first. It's just the variety of hands with 4 fingers. It's very fucking disturbing. Like, so I'm looking at it and I feel like maybe 5 million is not enough. Maybe 5 million is not enough.
No, see, that's a different. See, that's a birth defect. The ones you looking at. I'm just talking about the pinky finger.
I don't know.
It ain't gonna look like that.
I don't know. It's a fucked up hand.
All right. You got one more before we get out of here, Denise. You don't have to. Just ask.
Okay, one quick one. You got to do a family swap for a year. Swap your husband, swap your wife, swap your kids, and you got to be in somebody else's household.
A year?
For a year.
You fucked up.
I don't think I'm. I don't. You know, and this is the weird thing. So now you got me. One, I'm like, all these prices I put on this other stuff, and then on this one, I'm like, nah, I wouldn't do it. And now I'm asking myself why. No to this and yes to all the other stuff.
The other one you didn't have. You were gone. You couldn't talk to him. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't see him. This one, you living with somebody else's partner and somebody else living with your fucking family.
Partner and my children. Like, nah. I don't think it's no price. That's funny. I don't think it's no price on that.
And I'm in somebody else's house.
I don't think it's no price on that one for me. Yeah. Nah, it ain't no price. So that's just a no for me. That's crazy. That's a no.
Well, listen, when you saying it's no price, but $50 million for a year.
Oh,
is
well, I mean,
really no
y'all
price?
get high enough. You know what?
You
Yeah,
say no price.
if you said
Do
50,
you mean it? Do you mean no price,
if
really?
you said 50 million, like me living with this other family, we netting about 3.8 million a year. Then I'm like, I mean 3.8 million a month. Then like, yeah, all right. I'll see you in a little bit.
Your relationship is going to change. Your family dynamic is going to change. Your children now create a bond with
I
this
know.
new man.
It's
Your wife
true.
now, your wife has spent her birthday with this man. She has spent Valentine's with this man. She has spent Christmas with this man. Like you spent this
And
with
Nikki,
another set of children and another woman.
it
Like
will change. And
that's
when I get back a year later with that 50 million, our life will also change too.
yeah, be that as it may. That's just that's just damage.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to stick my hand in fire to know that shit fucking burns. I'm good.
You know, you're right. There's a part of me be like, nah, ain't no money on that. But you put that bag full of cash right in front of my face and just set it right in front of me. Boom. What you gonna do? Got to take one for the team.
Go home and slut my husband out. That's what I'm gonna go do.
I got to go take one. Got to take one for the team.
No, I don't got to do a goddamn thing.
That's a tough one. My initial reaction is no on that, but then it's like,
I wouldn't want
she
it.
said 50. At some point, I think there is a price on most stuff when it comes to just me personally. Now, there's some stuff like with my kids, like, oh, would I give you $1 billion for you to let your kid go out in the middle of the street? And I'm like, no, I'm not. There's no amount of money. Don't even ask me. Don't think about it when it comes to my children. But with me, there's a lot of stuff. And like I said, it's the perspective. We've been getting pimped out our whole lives. When you look at the way that the work system and society work, we've been hold out our entire adult career, and not even our adult, from children up until now, we've been pimped out.
There's so many justifications you can make, right? Because you're like,
right.
Oh, okay, I spend a year away from my children, right? But how many hours does work and all of these responsibilities take me from my children now? So you spend that.
Yeah.
So you spend that year away, but then the money allows you to never have to be away again if you.
That's what I was saying before you got on here, Ivory. I was like the
rough,
amount of time that you will gain from that. One could argue that you'll make up for the time missed, because moving forward, you'll have all the time that you need.
That's assuming that y'all go get the time. Y'all acting like the time is guaranteed, and it is not.
Nothing's guaranteed.
It's true.
That's true. So that's honestly, because I kind of had to play this in my head tonight too, like the cost of my lifestyle decisions, right? The way that I have chosen to live my life cost me a lot. Like I am oftentimes in last place because of the way I choose to live my life, right? Staying off of the radar and, not subscribing to some things that, most people subscribe to, right? I pay for that shit. But it allows me, though, to almost never miss a moment with my kids. So my oldest kid is going to be 29 years old this year. Like in 29 years of parenting, I've missed almost nothing of their firsts because I was home. I was able to. I worked for my family and then I owned my own business. I'd take the kids to fucking work with me days and days and days on end if I had to, right? So there were a lot of things that I didn't get because I chose the non-customary way of work and of lifestyle and finances and things like that, but I've not missed anything. I spent the money during COVID because I had to sustain my life and be able to take care of my kids, but I got to stay home with my kids. So I think about all of the different places where, there's a tough side to the lifestyle choices that I make, but I take that tough shit because I'm always here. They've never not seen my face in the crowd when they booked out at any fucking event ever. And the youngest is about to be, graduating in another couple years. He's a sophomore. Like it's tough, but I get to take him every day to school. I get to pick him up every day from school. Like there's just things that I know I'm able to be afforded because I'm here that your regular working person who's working from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. 5 days a week, 60 hours a week, whatever the case may be, does not get to see with their children. Yeah, you may get to go on more vacations and your retirement is phenomenal and your house is better and your car is nicer and you're comfortable, and that makes all things great in the family dynamic, and I get that, and sometimes I want that too, but I don't want to be gone. I don't want to be gone.
Of course not.
I don't want to be gone.
Yep.
And if my time is short, well, then this is what I got to spend every fucking minute that I could instilling in my children what I feel like needed to be instilled in them for them to be able to, one, be okay, and two, be good people for the rest of their time on this planet. So if that means I gotta be poor, I'll be poor. Fuck it. But you can take my pinky for a couple of minutes. You can.
Right. See, yeah, Pinky ain't taking no time away from you. That's you know what? If I had to, out of all those scenarios, if I had to choose anything, then I'd probably take the Pinky.
The Pinky would be over the year for
Take
sure.
the pinky. Yeah. But I'm saying, if anybody needs a pinky, if anybody's looking for an American citizenship for sale, or if you need a legal citizenship and you want to get married for a while, holla at your girl. I'm very single and we can make this work.
Okay. We're at 155. We're about to get done now. I just realized that two things I realized. Next Tuesday will be the last Tuesday of the month. Yep, already. And what I also just realized is next Tuesday is my wife's birthday, so I'm not going to be there.
Well, so then let's make a decision. Do we want to do it Wednesday?
That's cool.
You want to do it Wednesday? I mean, it's only a handful of us regulars who are generally there, so I'm sure most people would accommodate, so that way everybody could be there.
Yeah, check with Brent. Wednesday's cool.
Okay, I will, because actually I think he's at the club, so I'll double check with him, and then of course we'll have all the details and we'll let everybody know. But ideally, we want to make it coordinate to where you can be there, so we'll figure it out one way or another. We'll have details before the week is over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even then, y'all can decide if y'all want to do an online session even next Tuesday if you want. That's up to you.
Okay, and then maybe bump it to the week after or something. All right, we'll figure it out. So everybody stay tuned. But we will be meeting in person. I'm just not sure which Tuesday.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Well, anybody got any last words before we get out of here?
No, thank you, Denise, for all the ideas, though. It's been so wonderfully refreshing to have just new thoughts. So, I'm loving all the ideas. Thank you.
I think I learned a lot about myself over these
Me too.
Makes you think. Sure.
Make you think. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a sellout.
I'm like, man.
Let me tell you what my friend said.
I'm moved.
My friend, he's a wrestler, and they do this thing, and they're doing this storyline right now where he moves to Hollywood and this whole thing. And he says, I didn't sell out, I bought in.
There you go. I didn't sell out, I bought in.
Not bad.
I like that. I'm like, no, I'm not selling out. I'm buying in. I'm buying. Okay. We are done until next week or the week after that. We'll let you know. Make sure you stay tapped into the Facebook page. Plenty of conversations always going on through the Free Thinkers group page. So follow that. Until next time, have a nice week.
Good night.
Good night.